This review lesson is on SOL 6.12, and that dealt with our congruent figures. Now, congruent polygons, remember, have the same shape and same size. And that is the definition literally of congruent. Congruent means the same shape and the same size. And we use the symbol for congruent. It's an equal sign with a little squiggly on top of it. So congruent. Now, one of the things that goes with congruent is that congruent sides, we show they have the same number of hatch marks. So basically, if we want to show two things are congruent, like I want to show that these top two things are congruent, I can put one line on each of them to show that those two, since they have one line each, match up. Now these bottom ones, they are not the same as the top, but they're the same as each other, so I would literally put two little marks on them to show that the twos go together. Now all four of these are the same, but they're not the same as the other things, so I'm going to put 3 tick marks or 3 hatch marks on them. So really it just shows that they are congruent, and whatever has the same number, those are all congruent with each other. Now non-congruent figures, they're not the same shape or the same size, so we can't put our tick marks on them at all, because those tick marks or those hatch marks mean that you are the exact same. But we did not only deal with congruent figures, we also have to look at congruent angles. And congruent angles have the same measure. Even though this may look a lot smaller than that one, if we actually got out our protractor, we would see that they are the same. And so to denote that angles are the same, we put a little curved line. So we put a curved line, one curved line in each of these to show that they are the same measure. So even though this one just has longer lines, if we made these lines bigger, it would actually be the same as that up there. Whereas non-congruent angles, obviously we have an acute angle and an obtuse, so they are not the same. And that wraps up 6.12 as far as being congruent.